Hey, cuties. Welcome back to 5 Years Time Podcast with your host, Grace. I'm so excited you're here. Also, welcome to all the new faces. Well, I guess you're not faces if it's ear to ear, but welcome. There have been so many new cuties coming, and I just want to say I'm so glad you're here and that you find something in this podcast that either brings you joy or comfort or connection or whatever. I'm just so glad that you're here and it means so much. That being said, let's jump into this week's episode. We're going to be talking a lot about adding joy to the mundane, the things that we just have to do every day. It's a little different than romanticizing, but I guess it's similar. Anyways, before that, let's get into our catch up of the week. This past week was so busy, and I also was very much low energy. As you know, I talk a lot about menstrual cycles and being aware of where we are in our cycle. And I know for a fact that last week was my low energy week. I have come out of that very gracefully, but while I was in it, I was trying hard to honor how I was feeling and honor where I was in my phase, which I've been getting really good at. And I'm really proud of this past week. But that being said, we also had a super social week and I just was exhausted on Sunday. I was also so thrown off by what day of the week it was because I had pulled Roe out of school twice to do different things that we needed to do. So I was just thrown off on what day of the week it was. But we had a wonderful week as well. On Wednesday, we went to go visit Trevor's grandparents, which was lovely, and we brought Ro. And you know what? I was a little, I don't even want to say flustered in the morning. I just wasn't as organized as I would have been. I didn't set up stuff the night before. And then I threw Ro in the car and we headed out. And then I realized halfway, I didn't put shoes on her. And we normally have an infinite amount of shoes in the car. We have extra rain boots or church shoes or random running shoes. We normally have so many shoes, but we had no extra shoes. So when we got to Oma's, I was like, okay, Ro, do you want to go outside today? And she's like, of course I want to go outside. And I was like, okay, we need to get you shoes. So I'd asked if there was a Walmart close by, and Oma said, oh, why don't you try the dollar store? And I never thought about Dollarama for shoes, but I was like, you know what? If they're in the same location, then I'll go to Dollarama first. If not, then I'll hit up Walmart. And they had the cutest little croc material type sandals, but they were button on for $3, almost $4, and that was perfect. If I went to Walmart, I would have spent $15. So that was awesome, and those are now officially our car shoes, but eventually they'll get out of the car and go somewhere else. But anyways, we had a lovely visit there. And then on Friday, Trevor was going into the office, and so we also had a birthday party in Toronto. And so we were like, why don't we just go stay at Trevor's parents, and then we can drive in early on Friday, take Ro out of school for the day. We'll hang out with grandma and grandpa, and then Trevor can take the GO train downtown to go into the office, and we'll meet back up at the end of the day. So that's exactly what we did. And then that evening we went to our birthday party for a friend, Navina, who we've had on the podcast before. We need to bring her back on. She was amazing. If you want to listen to that episode, we talked about multicultural couples. There's so many updates since that episode. So we definitely need to bring Navina back on. But that being said, it was a wonderful party, and I tried Kopp's donuts for the first time, which were so wonderful. I also got to hang out with my friend Tiana and Matt, who I absolutely adore, and I just love when I get to come together with the people who are my besties. And I tried Kopp's donuts for the first time, and they were so good. And Trevor actually had Kopp's at work earlier that day, and I was saying how I really wanted to try them. And then there were three. There was the original one, and then there was this maple one, and then there was I don't know. Oh, a cinnamon sugar one. And so the maple one was so good. It was so moist and so delicious. And then second runner up was the cinnamon sugar, which would have been closest to a Tiny Tom's, but it wasn't identical. And then the original, it was the pink icing one, but it did have sprinkles on it. So maybe it was special for the birthday. I don't know. But it was too sweet. I found that one too sweet, but the maple one was so good. And then I'm not normally a birthday cake person. I do like a birthday cake here or there, but classic birthday cake, grocery store birthday cake. Sometimes that just hits. But I'm not a huge cake person. I love lemon things though. I love lemon cake, or raspberries. I like that tart acidityness to it. Anyway, she had this birthday cake that was so cute. It had rainbow sprinkles on it. And I tried And it was so good. I ate the whole thing, and I was like, "This cake is literally so good." It was so moist, the icing was perfect, and she said it was just from Fortino's. So if you're close to Fortino's and looking for a great cake, like, it was so good. It was just vanilla with vanilla icing, and it had rainbow sprinkles on it, 2 tiers, but it was literally so good. Anyway, so I had some really great dessert at that party, which was just, like, a highlight for me. And then on Saturday, I had a wedding shower, which was conveniently close by to Trevor's parents. So that worked out. We stayed over on Saturday night or on Friday night. And then I went to the shower and I was so not nervous, but like sometimes going to wedding showers when it's not so I am the bride. I know the bride through Trevor's like best friend group. So that's how we like know each other. And so like I'm a girlfriend. I know I'm not a girlfriend, but you call yourself the girlfriends. I'm a wife, whatever, same difference. But so I know the other girlfriends, fiancés, wives, whatever, but you don't know who's going to be there. And then I also find wedding showers a little awkward because it's like all these different groups coming together, and I feel like you're almost like intruding on like a family get together, like it's all your aunts and your cousins and whatever. So like sometimes they can be so awkward and you just like don't know where to go, especially if you like go by yourself and you don't have like someone to be with. So I was like nervous, but I knew that Christina or our friend Christina was going, and I knew that our other friend, Kara was going. So I was like, okay, I'm going to offer. I knew Christina was going for sure because I was driving her home. So I was like, perfect. And then I was like, okay, hopefully Kara's there. And then she was going to come late. Christina was going to come late. So I was like, hopefully Kara's there when I'll just like see her. So I told Trevor, I was like, drop me off like 3 minutes late. I don't like being late. So I was like 3 minutes late. So I'm not the first person there. But I walked in and I saw Kara and I like beelined across the room. I think I talked to whoever I needed to get to her, but I got to her and she was like, "Oh my gosh." I was like texting her boyfriend being like, "Oh, I don't know anyone. I don't know what to do." And she was like so nervous, which was the exact same for me. I was like, "Oh, me too." Like, I'm so happy we have each other. And then Christina came and we had our little group and it was all great. And honestly, everyone was so sweet and it ended up being such a great bridal shower. Like, I felt like everyone was talking with each other. It was super open. I can just tell it's going to be such a fun wedding. Like, when everyone can just kind of get along and have fun and joke with each other, like it's so fun. So yeah, that was really fun. It got me excited for the wedding later this year. And then we headed home. So Trevor picked us up with Ro. We drove Christina home and we actually checked out. They recently moved into a new place. So we checked out their new house and it was so awesome and it was great to see it. And then me and Ro and Trevor headed on our way and we stopped for subs on the way home. We got Firehouse, which I love Firehouse. Although I normally don't ask for onions. I normally say no onions, like if they're going to be raw, so like on sandwiches and stuff like that, because something about onions, they just sit in my mouth forever and ever, like raw onions, and I forgot to. And then literally for like 24 hours, even if I brush my teeth or whatever, it's just like all I can taste is the raw onion. So that was unfortunate, but it was okay. Like the sub was still delicious. I always get the hook and ladder if you're at a Firehouse. It's like honey mustard turkey. It's so delicious. Um, yeah, and then Sunday, I was with Ro in the morning, and Trevor had a few things he needed to get up to, and then we had nap time, and I actually slept with Ro. I was like, Ro, the best thing for me right now is for me to actually take a nap. Like, don't even put on a podcast, don't even like try and watch a show or just lay down. I need to sleep because I was so exhausted, and so I took a nap with Ro, and then I just woke up with like the worst headache. I think I was just like burnt out after a social week, so thankfully Trevor was feeling great and took Ro to the pool and the library and all the fun things in the evening and the afternoon. So I could just chillax. And I started Desperate Housewives, which I will talk about later. But that was a great, super rejuvenating Sunday. I'm so glad that I was able to have that because I knew Monday I needed to get down to business because I had like put off so much housework, which I think I talked about before. But I'd put off so much housework that I just needed to get myself in line for the Monday takeover. Also on Monday we got our pool opening, which is awesome. So we have it all like plumbed and hooked up and everything, and we just need to fill it up and turn it on and clean the water and everything. We're slowly going to get around to that. Like the weather's still cold, but I'm just happy that it's all set. So we'll fill it up. Probably today's not even a sunny day. I was gonna say on the next sunny day, we'll fill it up, taking our water sample and start getting it all plumbed up. Okay, what else? oh yeah, I was just gonna say it's been cold and rainy and the sun's been peeking through, which has been so dreamy. Like you'll start out the morning with sunshine and then it'll kind of be cloudy, overcast rain, and then you'll end the day with like this beautiful sun and all the buds are coming out and the leaves are starting to grow bigger. And so it's like this really beautiful time. Yeah, today is definitely colder than yesterday though. So it's like brr, I went out to the grocery store in a t-shirt and I was fine on the way in, but on the way out I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cold." But I had a really wonderful week. So let's get into our drink and snack of the week because I have an interactive drink. I think last week we did our interactive snack. And so I just came back from the grocery store and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to check out to see what they had." And I thought that a thought, I just like lisped. I talked with my tongue so big there. I saw this. Let me grab it. It's a non-alcoholic beer and it's a sour. And so I'm not like a huge, I'm trying to show the camera, but my light is so bright. There we go. It's not a huge or I'm not a huge beer person, but I did have this sour the other day, which was so delicious. I always love fruity beers. If I am gonna like a beer, I don't like floral ones very much. But I had this sour the other day that was, what was it? It was passion fruit and prickly pear, I think. Or it was definitely prickly pear. Maybe it was guava, prickly pear guava. I think that's what it was. And I got it at this pizza place that was so delicious. And it was just such a good thing. And I think that was my first time ever having like a sour that I knew was a sour. So I saw this one. It's tropical sour craft beer, non-alcoholic. And I was like, oh, I kind of love the packaging. I want to try it. I also don't know if I've ever had a non-alcoholic beer before. But it's interactive because I haven't opened it yet, but also I just bought it, so it's not cold. But I do have a jar of ice. So I figured we could crack into this together and give it a try. So let's do some ASMR. Shh, cuties, listen. Oh, it smells incredible. It kind of smells like a juice, but I feel like it's not going to be sweet because it's okay. I'm so excited. Okay, ready? Let's pour. Ho, ho, ho. Not me literally pouring on myself in the first 2 seconds. It literally smells so good. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna shake this off. I do have a meeting after I record and I don't really want to have to change my shirt. Okay, anyways, this smells so good. I'm actually so excited for this. Okay, ready, cuties? Let's have a little cheers. Cheers, cuties. It tastes so familiar. I'm trying to put my finger on what that tropical is. Like it literally tastes so familiar. I also poured it so it's like extra bubbly on top. My bad. Okay. It's not sweet. It smells like it's going to be so, so sweet, but it's not. It has like the same taste as a sour does. It's really refreshing. It's so familiar. What is that flavor? Okay, I need to read the ingredients. The the smell is so familiar. Oh, I think it's pineapple, but like it's pineapple mixed with something because it smells like a specific drink I've had before, I feel. Okay, ingredients. These are in French. Where's the English? Here we go. Water, malted barley, wheat, yeast, hops, natural flavors. Oh, it just says natural flavors. Okay, I don't know. But it is delicious. So if you're looking for a good non-alcoholic beer, I really enjoy this one. I think it's just called Sour. Is that the name of the brand? It just says Sour. Non-alcoholic beer Sour. And the packaging is so cute. I think if you are definitely looking for non-alcoholic options, vibing at barbecues this summer, that's an awesome one. This is delicious. Cheers, cuties. Amazing. Mmm. Yum, yum, yum. Also, that being said, Farm Boy had so many fun non-alcoholic options. Um, they kind of like have upgraded their drink shelves in my Farm Boy at least, and there were so many fun non-alcoholic options. I actually bought Trevor. He wanted to DD this weekend at our party that we went to, and so I was at the LCBO buying a few coolers, and they had non-alcoholic options right next to it. I had to confirm with him after. Like, I think it was called Spirit Free or Free Spirit, and I'm pretty sure it was for sure 0%, but I was like, and it was like some hibiscus thing, so I bought him some. And I thought how amazing that you can just buy them right next to the alcoholic ones, cuz like here in Canada, you go to the LCBO, or here in Ontario, you go to the LCBO where is all the alcohol, and so it's not all like it's not going to like the gas station or whatever to buy like everything. You know what I mean? But anyways, so that was fun. I thought it was fun, but I did say to Trevor, I was like, just make sure for sure it's non-alcoholic. I'm pretty sure is. It's like a few dollars cheaper, and it's called Free Spirit, and I'm pretty sure it's at 0%. And then at first when he looked at it, he saw that it said zero sugar, and he's like, "Oh no, like maybe she thought that that meant whatever." And then he was like, "Oh no, it is not alcoholic." I was like, "Okay, good." I was like, "Just confirm with me there. I'm not trying to set anyone up to be reckless or dangerous or anything." Mmm. Yum. You know what? This is kind of like a super close replica to like bubbly waters, but with that like hoppy taste. Anyways, very refreshing. Very refreshing. Okay. And then my snack of the week is I saw a TikTok where someone was like, "Oh, this is how I order my McFlurries." And so they order a McFlurry essentially like a DQ Blizzard, where they get like mix-ins or another flavor. So you know how you can get like Oreo or M&M or Skittles. You can't get Skittles or Smarties or whatever. So they get like two McFlurries together. So they'll get an Oreo with M&Ms. And I was like, "What?" Because I love M&M, but just a fact, we don't currently have M&M at our McDonald's here, at least where I live. They only have Smartie. I'm not a Smartie person, but I've never actually had like an Oreo McFlurry just because I love the M&M one so much. But I was like, "Ooh, best of both worlds." I posted on Instagram and everyone was sharing their favorite combos with me. And so the ones that I'm most looking forward to trying is Oreo with strawberry, like a syrup. That sounds like berries and cream deliciousness. I'm actually so excited. And then also, oh, just so you know, I got score and Oreo. And then everyone told me to do score with caramel for extra caramel goodness. And then everyone also said Oreo with hot caramel as well. So that's what I want to try. But I think I want to try the Oreo and strawberry first, just because I would never think to do that. And I love caramel. Like, I know I'll love the caramel, but berries and cream, that just sounds so good. And I love strawberry milkshakes. I know it's not a milkshake, but like, I love strawberry milkshakes. That's my favorite kind of milkshake. Unless you're at Baskin Robbins, my favorite is a mint chocolate chip. Just gotta put that out there. But anyways, that is our snack and drink of the week, and I'm so pleasantly happy about this. Delicious. Let's get into what I learned this week. What I learned this week. This week I learned. I feel like I've talked about this a bunch, and how like I am such a routine girly. I love a routine, but I also like am not, because I don't like the pressure of staying consistent to like the same thing every single week, every single day, because I know myself so much better now. This is the reason why, is because my energy levels ebb and flow, and my concentration ebb and flow, and like what I am yearning for in each day changes. Sometimes I'm looking for structure, sometimes I'm looking for peace, sometimes I'm looking for flexibility, sometimes I'm looking for like energetic get stuff done. Sometimes I'm looking for like one thing to do. Sometimes I don't want to do anything. Like, it ebbs and flows. And so when I used to do like routines where I felt like, okay, this is this day, this is that day, or I have to do this, or I have to do that, I felt really pressured, and I felt overwhelmed, and then I felt like I let myself down, and then I would not and then that would spiral me out of a routine of any sorts, and then it would take me like weeks to get back into doing something. Where now it's like I feel like I can bounce back so much faster when I have those low energy periods, because I support myself in that, and I make sure to utilize when I have those high energy moments. And I'm actually starting to learn within my week, like Monday through Friday, what my energy levels typically are. And I think I've spoken about this a lot, that I used to find Mondays so overwhelming, because it was like, especially since I started working from home for myself and taking on more home care responsibilities, as well as like doing all of my work from home, whatever. But like, I used to not feel the pressure to I used to not feel this type of pressure when I had the weekends and I would go to work, because there's something about when you work outside of the house where you just like you kind of I found that I just kind of forgot about the house while I was outside of the house. It was like, and the messes didn't bother me as much, or the piling up of things didn't bother me as much. Not that saying it that it didn't and it wouldn't get to a point, but all those things, like even the little things, wouldn't bother me as much because I wasn't with them 24/7. It's a lot like how when I used to work in an office, it's like I liked my office to be clean and organized because it would be irritating to me and it would affect my work environment. It's the same thing. So like, but now it's like my house is my living work environment and Trevor's living work environment. And so I just feel like we need to we both really feed off the environment we're in. And so weekends are kind of like taking off that responsibility of like upkeeping with the dishes and the laundry and all this stuff. We both try to really focus on the weekend, spending time with family and Rosie and like getting out there and doing as much as we can and like spending that time together as a family instead of like doing the house chores. Where like in reverse, when we used to work in an office on the weekend, we used to like, yes, we would go out and do stuff, but then we would also get some house chores done so that throughout the week we didn't have to stress about it. So it was just like switching that mindset. So, anyways, when I started working from home and started working in the house, then it was like my weekends were fun, fun, fun. But then Monday, I felt like, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff to do. The house needs to be put back in order. There's laundry piling up. There's groceries that need to be got. There's all this, there's all that. And as we know, I think I've talked about this so many times. I'm someone who, like, when I leave the house, like, so in the morning, I leave to drop Row off. If there's things I need to do outside of the house, then I want to get them done before I come back from taking Row out. Because I'm someone who, as soon as I'm back in the house, um, I just want to stay here. Like, I don't want to keep going out and about and back and forth. Like, I don't mind. Then the next opportunity is when I go to pick up Row and we can grab things on the way home or whatever. But I just like to get all the things done outside of the house and then come back in and do all the things in here. But I used to think that I had to do everything on Monday. So it would be like, okay, get up, get the laundry in, go do the groceries, record the podcast, do this, do that. Like, I would try and do every single thing on Monday, and it was just like too much. And there was a point where it felt like there was a couple of weeks where that felt really good because the rest of the week I had a lot of flexibility in my schedule. I was able to really do what I wanted whenever. Um, but at what cost? Like, I would have the Sunday scaries to an extreme. I would have the Monday morning anxieties. Like, it was just too much. So then I switched it, and then I was doing grocery shopping on Monday, and that was like my big task for Monday, and then obviously getting everything lined up for the rest of the week. But you know what has always been such a struggle for me is laundry. We all know this. We all know that I like cannot handle laundry. Okay, so I think I found like the perfect balance, and it kind of is revolutionary for me, and I just need to share with you. So, this is all about adding joy because I dread laundry, and like I just like don't it's not even the act of laundry that I necessarily hate. It's just like the repetitiveness of it and how like literally once you're done there's always more. And I think that just takes away the fun. And I always feel like I'm trying to fit laundry into a schedule and it never works. Like, I try to get it. I personally love to do laundry all in one day. Like, that has how I grew up laundry on Sundays, and it just felt good. And I've always liked that you start in the morning and then you finish it before you go to bed. You fold up your last thing and you're like done for the day. It's always a big undertaking because like you have to continuously put in and fold and put in and fold and put in and fold, but then you're done and you don't have to think about it again. So I've tried everything. I've tried doing it on Sundays. I've tried doing a load a day, a load here, a load there, sheets one day, towels the other day, clothes the other day. I've tried doing it all. But for me, I really like doing it on one day. That is the best way for me to make sure that I fold everything and it gets put away. And I get stressed out if it doesn't get folded and put away. So I know that. I've tried everything. I've tried doing it on Fridays. I've tried doing it on Sundays. I've tried doing it on Wednesdays. I've tried doing it whatever. But I have never tried doing it on Mondays. And Cuties. I just need to tell you, I've come up with the best solution. And the reason I used to love doing it on Sundays before we had kids was because I could put on a movie, put on a show, watch that all day while I did laundry. And it was so lovely like that. It's the same way that I love cooking and I talk about the dance in the kitchen of filling your time appropriately between each task, lining up what dish needs to be started when, getting the dishes cleaned in between when you have a 5-minute break here, 5-minute break there. I love that kitchen dance. I've learned how to dance with laundry. And this is the joy. That dance is the joy. And anything that in my life that's mundane, like cooking, so mundane, but I make it so much fun. I have so much fun with it. And that's bringing joy into the mundane. I've learned how to bring joy to my laundry. And I have learned how to do it even better because I do it on Mondays, which is the day that always brings me the most anxiety of the week. Okay. So there's check for putting joy on a day that brings you anxiety. Amazing. And how I do that is by making it a me day. And every day is a me day essentially because I just try and perfect my life to a way that I feel like I am honoring who I am while also having to complete tasks that I don't necessarily enjoy doing. And so me days are days where I watch shows, or this me day is, because you know how much I love to watch a show and you know how much I love to just like get into something and have a bunch of episodes and binge and enjoy. So I started Desperate Housewives, which you've all been telling me I need to start, and I'm so excited about it, like literally. So I'm so glad I started on Sunday when I was taking my chill time while Trevor was with Ro, because that really got me started. I was so excited to pick it back up. So I was like, how can I watch this on Monday? I'm just going to do laundry all day, drop Ro off, like wake up first thing in the morning, sort all the laundry out, make all the piles in our bedroom, and then drop Ro, get the first load in, drop Ro off, come right home, put on Desperate Housewives, pop out the first load to fold and get the transition going. Laundry to dryer, dryer or pile to laundry. And I did that all day and I was done when I picked up Ro. I had my towels to fold right before bed. That was the last thing I had in when I went to pick up Ro. I put my towels in my dryer. I had those to fold right before bed because between Ro coming home and bedtime is just like, busy making dinner, playing outside, all of the things. And then I folded my towels, which I actually love folding towels. They're like the easiest thing to fold right before bed while I finished off on an episode of Desperate Housewives. And it was the most luxurious day ever. It felt like a spa day. Like it literally felt so good. And I hate laundry, like detest it in the sense that I just like literally get so overwhelmed by it all the time. But I had none of that. I felt fabulous, like fabulous. And then I did grocery shopping today and now I'm recording the podcast. Like I really like Tuesdays as like my office day. And you know what? Grocery shopping is part of my office day because I don't mind like getting up and getting groceries done and coming back then hunkering down in my office for the rest of the day. So I like to plan my meetings on Tuesdays, get the podcast done on Tuesdays, like do all my, administrative stuff and accounting on Tuesdays. Like I really enjoy that. And then Wednesdays it's just starting to like loosen up and get more fun and I get to spend more time in the kitchen and have more fun doing like TikToks and cooking and all of that stuff and letting those creative juices flow. But I think Monday is now officially my laundry day. And as I said, I love routines, but I don't force them upon myself. But I think that this is like this revolutionary thing that I've just realized, and it gets it done at the beginning of the week. And you have all your weekend laundry. I don't know about you, but like there's a difference between weekday and weekend laundry. And it's just nice to like get it done with all your weekend laundry in there because I like to wear a lot of different sometimes on the weekend you're bouncing around from like comfy cozies to brunch clothes to church clothes to dinner clothes to comfy cozies, so you just got like more things, but it's nice to have that all done for Monday afternoon. But oh my gosh, it's literally revolutionary. So I have taken my least favorite thing and I've added it with my most favorite thing and I've created a joyous experience out of it. And I think like last week I was talking a lot about feeling grateful for how like I'm kind of changing my mindset, and like I want to be grateful for the things that I have to care for, and like I chose this life around me. I love this life around me, and I think the like joy of life, even when hardships are there and it feels hard, is like caring for the things that you have around you. And not necessarily things, like yes, items, of course you need to care for your spaces and your items, your home, your dishes, your laundry, all of that, but also caring for the people that you choose to have in your life, and how can you show care to them, and how can you make sure that they feel cared for, and caring for the community that you've created around you. Like I really do feel like that is the point of this world and this life that we live in, is to share that care and to love on others and to love on yourself and to love the things around you. And so I just feel like that, talking about that last week really set me up for success in this journey and this week. And I'm just like actually so excited now. Like I think I'm going into each, I think this will, like going into each week, I'm going to be so excited to do laundry. And I'm grateful that I have that option to do that laundry and watch a show and like be able to do it without having Ro running around. Like I'm so grateful for that. And I know that that's not a possibility for every person. And I like, I'm so aware of that. But also at the same time, um, I'm grateful that I can do that, and that that's a way that I can, support myself. And so I'm just so grateful for that. And so that being said, I think we just all need to like step back and think about the things that we hate the most and add a little bit of joy to it. Like even dishes at the end of the night. I used to love doing dishes growing up. Like I would love ask my mom, she'd probably say no because I was always creating a mess in the kitchen. But look, it paid off, mom. And she never got mad at me. She was always so supportive. But I used to love doing, like, we would either my brother would wash the dishes or my mom would wash and I would dry and we would put them away. Like I used to love doing that. I thought it was a really nice connection after dinner. And so it's the same thing now where I wrote, or Trevor usually closes the kitchen. Like he normally does the after the dinner routine. But like on days when I'm just feeling overwhelmed, it actually feels really good to pop on a podcast or put on some music, maybe put on a little YouTube. We have like that Google Home, or if you have your phone or an iPad, you can just lean it up by the sink and just literally, it doesn't take as long as you think it does. Like even just a 10-minute video or whatever, a few songs, and you just get everything done, wipe down the counters. It feels so good. And that's something that like traditionally it's like, ugh, I'm just so annoyed that there's always more dishes. But like when you make it that joyous thing, it's beautiful. And that is like literally what the point of this world is, I think, like of our life, is to take care of one another and to take care of the things around us and to take care of the life that we create and want. And those are the building blocks of that. That's the foundation. And that's where the joy in life is. It's the work that we put into it. And when we make it happy and we make it joyous, it's really something special. So this is my reminder to you to reflect on those things in your life that are making you feel anxious or making you feel overwhelmed, or you're just over it. You're like, I do this every single day. I can't do it anymore. And try and figure out how you can change your mind a bit and add some joy into that. Take that thing that you hate and figure out what's the thing that you love that could be flexible and fit into that. And I think that it'll help you. And this isn't, you don't have to do it for every single thing all at once, but just one thing. And for me, it's watching a show while doing laundry. And it just is really so lovely. And it makes me really look forward to Mondays. And it does feel like a me day because that is something that like I yearn for, is my own time, my personal time, space away from other people. And that's a way that I'm able to achieve it, is by completing laundry, but also getting that time to myself to just watch a show and chill and have some snacks. And it feels really, really lovely. So I just wanted to share that with you. Let's bring more joy into our life. Come on, cuties, let's do it. Okay, let's get into our roses, buds, and thorns. Roses, buds, and thorns. My rose is I'm feeling so balanced after the menstrual phase of my cycle. Like I have tried, I try really hard to know, like, to prep myself and know that I'm going to feel low and that I'm going to have voices that are telling me like, oh, you're who do you think you are? You're not worthy. Like, it's just weird. Like, your brain can play tricks on you all the time, right? And I just worked really hard on preparing myself, and there was definitely moments where I was like, there's things that I'm feeling really overwhelmed about and I need to get them done, but I can't. Like, there's something inside of me stopping me. But then I reminded myself, Grace, you're going to get them done. You're just not going to get them done right now. It's not the end of the world. Support yourself right now. What do you need right now, this moment? And how can you communicate that to someone else? And even just saying to Trevor, like, hey, this is how I'm feeling today. And if that helps, like, then he knows and he might step in. And like, I'm not saying he has to, but he did, like, or he'll step in and support me in this place or that place or whatever. But a lot of the times I feel like sometimes I say, like, okay, I know that this is going to happen, but then I don't tell anyone. And you got to lean on your supports. But I felt really balanced this past week. And I felt like I was able to re enter my energy phase with like a very graceful transition, and I'm just feeling so grateful for that. And I think each week it'll get easier the more, or each month and cycle it'll get easier the more that we support ourselves and communicate. I think communication is so big. Anyways, that's my rose, is I'm feeling really balanced. Thorn, I was wanting to go to the Asian grocery store this morning after I went to Farm Boy because I needed to pick up more kimchi, and I wanted to get a few like cooking pastes and also just check out the snacks and stuff. But it's closed today, which I'm glad that I put it in Google Maps and it told me that, because it would have been more annoying if I got all the way over there. But I will have to, I wonder if it's open tomorrow. I don't know. Where I live, everything is closed. Like on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays, sometimes even Wednesdays, you have to confirm if something's opened or closed, because you never know. Those days are the days that things will be closed. But I hope it's open tomorrow, because I would like to pick those up. I was going to have um, the Korean beef for dinner tonight, but I don't think we'll do that since I don't have the paste or the kimchi. So, I don't know what we're going to have for dinner tonight. I have a bunch of things that I bought groceries for, but I also have kind of a busy rest of the day until I pick up Row. So I need something that's like easy to throw together. You know what I mean? Okay. My bud is Ro has a haircut on Thursday. Yes. And I actually booked it. I've been talking about this forever. Rose had that phase where she used to not care about you touching her hair at all, but also her hair is just so like easily tangled right now. It needs a haircut. Like, when it's just like everything gets like into like that nesty feeling so quickly, you just need a haircut. Also, she is like growing out every layer of hair because her hair is still growing like baby hairs. So she just needs, I can't like, I have to put like 20 elastics in it to like get it out of her face, but then she doesn't want me to pull out the elastic. She doesn't want me to brush her hair, is all this thing. So anyways, I finally booked her a haircut for for Thursday. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the hairbrush routine being easier. I'm also looking forward to the haircut. I've taken her once before, and this was before she wasn't so like, she didn't mind if you brushed her hair. Now she's a little more, so we'll see how she is. Hopefully it goes good. Fingers crossed. Her first haircut ever was so good, but I'm really looking forward to that. And I think she'll look so cute. Every time she gets a haircut, she just looks so much older. But she's a kid now, 3 years old. They're kids. Anyways, that's my bad. Okay, entertainment recap. Entertainment recap. Let me grab another sip of my sour. This literally, it's not pineapple. Like, yes, I smell pineapple, but it smells exactly like something I've had before. Like, I feel like it smells like some sort of popsicle. Oh, they sell these freezies at Farm Boy. They're not Farm Boy brand, but they're like it's passion fruit. That's what it is. It's passion fruit. It's passion fruit. I figured it out. No, yes, passion fruit. Yeah. That's what it is. It smells like passion fruit. Okay, it was something so familiar. But they sell these freezies that are like no sugar added ones, and one's a berry mix and one's a passion fruit and something. I can't think of what else is in it, but that's what it smells like, is passion fruit. Okay, anyways, entertainment recap. Okay, Desperate Housewives. I am literally obsessed. Thank you so much for recommending it. My in-laws actually started watching it before I had the chance to, and they're already on like season 4 or something, and they've only been watching it for a while, but they were sick for a bit. Anyways, I'm no judge here, but I'm just saying they were obsessed with it. You guys told me to watch it, so I was like, I gotta watch it. It is such a good binging show. Like, it is 40 so minute hours. It's on Disney Plus if you're looking for where it is. but it is so enjoyable. Like, I love all the different storylines. There's, like, a little bit of mystery, but it's, like, corny mystery. Like, there's nothing too serious about it. It's very much, like, melodramatic. What are those called? Like, soap opera-y. Like, it's not totally soap opera-y, but it has that essence to it, and it's really entertaining, and I love the character development of, like, everybody and figuring it out. I'm still on season 1, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, really, really enjoying it. So if you're looking for a good binging show, Desperate Housewives on Disney Plus. Okay. Other than that, I don't think I watched anything this week. I'm still always watching Below Deck, Sailing On, and Summer House, but The Coronation is this weekend, and that's the king becoming the king officially or whatever. And I really want to watch because I think that would be enjoyable activity, although it will happen at like 5 a.m. I'm pretty sure. I remember watching the royal wedding and I was at a cottage and I was awake anyways. So I was like, oh, I might as well put on the royal wedding. Thankfully, they had TV at this cottage. We do not have TV. We only have streaming services. So I need to figure out how to watch it. I feel like maybe CTV has it. And I know they have an app, but I don't think you can cast the app when it's live TV, which always makes me so disappointed because I'll have to watch it on my iPad, which is fine. But I love to be able to watch it on the TV. That would be nice. Um, I don't think Trevor will want to watch it. I was thinking it'd be fun to make like a Ro might enjoy. She won't want to watch, but she might enjoy the snack. I thought it'd be fun to make like a high tea. I'll have to get votes from the family if they're interested in a high tea or not, because I love a good scones, a clot of cream moment, little tea sandwiches. I can make everything. Is it on Saturday or Sunday? Whatever. I can make everything the night before and then just set it up in the morning. And I could have the scones all ready to go and cut out and then just chill them overnight, because it's best to cook a scone with cold butter anyways, and then just pop them in the oven in the morning. I gotta know if the family wants it because I think that would be so fun. But yeah, so I really hope to watch The Coronation. I just need to figure out if I can watch it or not. But that is all that I am watching currently is Desperate Housewives, really. And I'm looking forward to The Coronation if I get to see it. That being said, I always am adding new music to my 5 years time Spotify playlist, which is linked below. I recently put a bunch of like sunshiny hits for the car, like I don't know, good vibe music. And I am always posting my weekly vlogs over on YouTube if you want to watch there. Or we also have our podcast over there if you're a visual person. So at 5 Years Time Podcast over on YouTube. You can follow me on TikTok at 5 Years Time Podcast for lots of fun food content and all of that good stuff. And we are celebrating 500,000 cuties, which is just like that actually isn't is that a real number? Like, that doesn't make sense to me, but I am so endlessly grateful, and I have the best viewers, like the best cuties in the world. They're all so loving, so supportive, so nice. They get the vibe. They're there. They understand we're here to have fun. We're here to live life. I absolutely love it. We're here to eat good food. And so I'm going to be posting a celebration video soon. I made a video asking people for questions they wanted me to answer. So I'm going to do a big question video later this week. So I'm really looking forward to recording that. But I'm sending you all so many amazing vibes this week. Let's go add some joy into the mundane of our life, figure out what that task is that you just dread every week, and how can we make it a little joyous? Like, I know it's hard. I know, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to problem solve. Sometimes it takes a few things, but we'll get there. Again, sending you love and support and hugs, and you're all the best. Spring is here. It's May. It's gonna be May. Okay. Bye, cutes. Mwah.